All right, let's talk about Scary Movie 2. If you saw my review for Scary Movie 1, you know I've never really seen these movies before. So this is a whole fresh review series of me talking about these movies. And I'm just going to be honest, I did not love Scary Movie. It was okay, but it is a movie I feel like might grow on me. Well, Scary Movie 2 is a whole different thing. I both really liked this movie and really didn't. You see, that this movie is more scary movie on a on a higher level. Like the humor is at a higher level. The pacing of the jokes, uh, in some ways, not all of them. We'll talk about that. But so this movie is gonna be like if you're gonna be on one side of the aisle. If you didn't like Scary Movie like at all, you may not really vibe with parts of this movie. Or if you really hated Scary Movie, you're not gonna like this movie at all. For me, I was in the middle, and that's kind of how I feel about this movie. But I definitely feel more in the middle of this because like there's just shit that in this movie that I absolutely fucking hated. Well, I was really ready to just turn off the movie the moment that I saw that opening with the exorcist girl peeing and they kept running on that joke. It wasn't funny. And that's the thing. What I really liked about the first movie is a lot of the jokes were so quick that if there was one that didn't really land for me, it was gonna move on pretty quick. Well, this movie kind of does the inverse of that, where yes, sometimes it does that, but a lot of times there's a lot of bad jokes it sticks with. But there's also a lot of really quick, smart, really funny jokes that actually genuinely made me laugh. So I'm kind of like in a mixed bag where I'm watching this movie and half of the time I'm really laughing, the other half I'm like really groaning. And I ended up coming out of it being like, I enjoyed that movie, but how often am I going to really rewatch it? I don't know. But so far, this is my favorite of the scary movies. I heard after 3 is when it starts to go downhill, which is not really fun for a franchise that I wasn't really loving up until this point. But we will see what happens when I watch Scary Movie 3 next week. I think that's the one where like the Waynes were involved or something like that. I don't know the full story. I haven't. I'll have to look it up before I do that review. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.